your it's your daily tea. This is your weekend reading with Tarot by Bronx, aka B. And happy Gemini season. I think Gemini season starts tomorrow, May 21st, I believe. So happy Gemini season to all the Gemini sons. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful birthday. Take care of yourself. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to announce. Shout out to my Patreon. I think I pretty much gave away all my codes. So I gave out a lot of free codes for extended Human Design Report on the website that I'm an affiliate on. So if you're on Patreon, you get that. Then I am going to be starting to take one-to-one consultations for human design readings after retrograde, closer to the middle of June probably. And if you're a patron, you get a $75 discount voucher. So you get some bang for your buck there, because these consultations are going to be very extensive. They're going to be very in-depth, and then with the potential to move into the monthly package where you can meet with me up to like 4 or 5 times a month. So save your coins, put some money aside, because we're coming for the human design stuff. All right, so let's look into the reading. Let's see what's the energy for today. 7th house, Neptune, Leo. Leo be showing out in these readings. Really showing out in these readings. I have a Leo early access reading that I'm going to release to YouTube. I put it early access on my Patreon yesterday, but it's just funny that it came out here. So we have Neptune, which is correlation to Pisces, imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, visions, escapism, enchantment, confusion, veils, magic. 7th house, relating. So there could be a little bit of confusion when it comes down to relationships, where you stand with somebody. Or you're just kind of visualizing your dream relationship. Like, what does that look like for you? So 7th house, that's correlation to Libra. Partners, companions, best friends, marriage, relationships, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance. And then you have Leo. Expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, overt, extroverted, egotistical, juicy, proud, trusting, excessive. All right, so I want to clarify one card for the 7th house. Why is the 7th house card here today? Something about our relationships. The 8th house. So something with our intimacy and our relationship to other people and how we relate to other people. There could be some an in-depth conversation that happens today with someone, or this weekend rather, where there's intimacy, a bonding. But I don't know. I heard trauma bond in my head. So it might be something a little bit different. Like there's some type of illusion surrounding the intimacy of a relationship, and it's more so, could be in a more toxic way. We'll see what cards come out for that, but just be careful of trauma bonds, guys. It's easier said than done, but trauma bonding is really when you are codependent on somebody else in a way that fills a void. And it can be like you guys have similar abusive backgrounds or similar traumas, and that is the way that you kind of build your bond off of that and stay together because of that. And that is not a healthy thing. So what do we have for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, the weekend reading for everyone with relationships? What do they need to be mindful of? Communication. This communication cards keeps coming out. Mercury retrograde. It's like we got to keep being clear with our intention. Oh yeah, inner child trauma. There's some stuff coming to the surface in your relationships here that could have been ignored, dismissed, pushed it aside. But Mercury retrograde really shows us where the cracks are in ourselves, in our relationships, in our foundations, in our jobs. So there's been kind of this energy of not seeing everything clearly in our relationships and in the ways that we are connecting to another person. And it's about to get deep. There's about to be some shadow work here. Things are going to be brought to light with the Leo energy, Sun energy. But there is some inner child trauma that is really showing up in our one-to-one connections, either as a way of pushing some people away from us or as a way where we're trying to hold on to these relationships that are not healthy. I highly recommend looking into your attachment style if you don't know. There's someone named Thais Gibson on YouTube. She is the owner of the Personal Development School, and she talks all about attachment style. I learned back like 2 years ago that I have a fearful avoidant attachment style, which starts from your childhood. Your attachment style is formed in childhood. So if you had healthy relationships with your parents, there was boundaries, there was clear communication, then you most likely have a secure attachment style. If there was a lot of abandonment, abuse, you could have anxious. And if there was a lot of unpredictability or emotional highs and lows with your parents or caregivers, then you could have dismissive or even fearful, avoidant, or disorganized. So there's a lot to unpack here, guys. This weekend is really revealing to you how your childhood is shaping your relationships with other people, how you've kind of been sleepwalking through relationships because you were blind or you were kind of ignorant to the fact that this inner child trauma was really having the impact that it did, or that's the reason why you stay in these relationships or you entertain these certain types of people. Oops. You have they miss you, and then you have stable. What else do we have about this intimacy? Whoa, hold on. What else do we have about this intimacy? Could be with a fire sign, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. You have meant to be. You have rejection. I feel like many of you. This looks pretty good though. I think this is more so you are, more so you have unrequited or unbalanced at the bottom. More so there's a conversation that you may have with somebody over the weekend about the ways in which you or you're realizing you or somebody else has an issue with intimacy. And you're seeing how you're able to relate to somebody else who maybe also has this intimacy issue. But the only way that it doesn't turn into like a trauma bond with somebody, even if you both have vulnerability issues, intimacy issues, is if there is healing. Like somebody wants to be accountable for their healing. They're not looking at you to heal them. You're not looking at them to heal you. You both acknowledge, okay, we've been through something similar or we've been through pain. We can relate in this way. Seventh house is all about relating to each other. But that is not the thing that keeps you together with this person. The pain, the trauma, what you've been missing, and you feed off of that and within each other. So there needs to be an interchange. If you really want to be able to have a healthy relationship with someone, if you both have inner child trauma, you both have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to ask for help and go to therapy. Talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor, there's Facebook groups that talk about counseling that are free for any type of like mental disorders and things like that, or PTSD. Use your resources, guys. They're out there. So somebody could be coming to you as well saying that they miss you. They want something long-term and stable with you. There was a rejection in the past where somebody, this is either you going to somebody or somebody coming to you, where they're seeing, oh my gosh, I let my trauma push you away. I rejected you out of fear, out of trauma, meant to be. I feel like this was something that was essentially meant to be, because we have soulmates in our lives, but just because somebody is your soulmate does not mean that they are ready to be with you. Doesn't mean that y'all are on the same level or frequency. It just means that is somebody that your soul is compatible with. It's somebody that your soul was here to meet and grow in some way. So I think that you or someone else is having this wake up call where you're saying, wow, I didn't know my childhood had such an effect on me. It was just kind of like a veil. It was like rose-colored lenses over your eyes, and you're seeing that not until you meet somebody else or they trigger this thing in you, you're like, oh, I didn't know that was even in me. I didn't know that I had this fear, this trigger. You wouldn't know until you're put in a situation that feels similar to something that you've been in the past. Even if it's not similar 100%. Anything else here? But things are getting very deep this weekend. Things are getting deep in the relationships and how we relate to other people. Okay, so we have, on the other hand, we have entrepreneurship recognition. So some of you may be getting some type of recognition this weekend for work. With the Leo energy, you're in the spotlight. You may get a promotion or some money, or somebody like giving you a compliment. Good job. Anything else for the weekend reading? Oh, I am so sore, y'all. I did a workout yesterday with my trainer. We did arms and back and shoulders, and my back is hurting. I'm not always sore after a workout, but when we go up in the weight, ooh, I'm feeling it today. I need a massage. That's the thing. When you live by yourself, you don't got nobody to massage you, so it's really unfortunate. But that's what I need. Need a hot soak and a massage. What else is the energy for this weekend? What else can you tell us coming towards us this weekend? Eight of Swords, Aquarius, Star card, Six of Pentacles, the Tower. Oh, Lord. Why is the Tower here? It's a big change, a big realization. We have Libra, Justice card. A big shift here. Tell me more about this Tower. What is this shift here for everyone over the weekend with the Tower? Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Devil card. It's a moment of clarity. It's a moment of clarity, a moment of being real, a moment of freedom, liberation. This Tower does not have to be a bad thing, but it can be a very challenging self-awareness moment for you. You have the Tower clarified by the Devil card in reverse. That's Capricorn. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Seven of Swords. I think it was in reverse. And then you have the Six of Wands, which was the final card. The Star card comes after the Tower because after this big Tower moment, after things fall apart, after there's a sudden realization, something hits you, then you can really begin healing because you are allowing the illusions to be shed. You're dropping the facades. You're getting out of denial. There was either some denial surrounding how your childhood impacts your relationships, or there was just an ignorance to it. You know, ignorance is bliss. We live in this world. If we're ignorant, we're not aware of all the issues going on. But once you're getting out of this illusion, the facade is breaking. You're seeing, okay, I have damaged some relationships, or I have allowed damage to be done to me, and that's my fault to an extent when you allow it to continue happening. You're not like responsible for things that happen to you out of your control, but like in abusive situations where you stay with somebody, or you know you're trying to convince somebody to be with you, somebody who's unavailable. Those are situations that you have to also take accountability for and understand that it's coming from a place of trauma. It's coming from a place of you're not healed yet in some capacity. So you're getting this big wake up call, or somebody's getting a huge realization about how they have allowed the trauma, the past. They have intimacy blockages. There's issues there. But after this realization, after this sudden like wake up call, you can start fresh. You can be free and you can celebrate, because when you're aware, that is something to celebrate. Awareness is something to celebrate, because when you are aware of something, you can begin to heal. You can begin to change it. You cannot change something that you are unaware of. You cannot heal something that you don't know needs to be healed. But this is a moment of real, complete healing, but it may come from a very drastic change, a very heated argument, a very tough situation that reveals this to you. And so it looks like it's just all bad right now. But you're going to see this is actually a gift when you are shown this thing has been holding you back. This pain, this trauma, this childhood has been stopping you from actually being able to connect with people the right way or connect with people you're supposed to connect with. So once you can change yourself, you won't have these same issues with connecting with people unavailable because you'll be able to identify them. You'll be able to see them. Yeah, so there's a big realization this weekend, guys, about intimacy in your relationship to another, or somebody's having this about you, and you may hear that. So let me know how this goes over the weekend. I'll let you know if something happened to me too. I don't know. But thank you all for watching. If this reading resonated for you, let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe to Daily Teas. We're still getting the word out. Some people don't even know I do this yet. And look out for a Leo read. Okay? So I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.